Hi there. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ashley Craven, and I am the Marketing Director of Griffin House. Today, I am very lucky to be joined by Dr. Angela Searcy. Dr. Searcy is, an early childhood expert and also the author of a Griffin House book, Push Past It. And today, we are just getting together to chat for you, our audience, to talk about ways that we can support you while you are either at home unexpectedly with your child, or if you are trying to mitigate the effects of the coronavirus in your classroom or in your program or at your center. We are here for you. We feel your pain, and ultimately we just want to acknowledge what you're going through and offer any tips and tools that we can to support you. So Dr. Searcy, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm calling from Illinois and joining you. And here, yes, we're all kind of going through the same thing, shelter in place, and just glad that I'm able to support.
Yeah, thank you. So as you said, dialing in from Illinois, so it's not even just a quarantine, but a shelter in place. So how's that been going for you and for those around you?
Well, it's, you have to kind of make sure you're not tempted to just use it as one big sick day. So it's nice to have something to do and kind of, make sure you have a schedule and things like that. We have 4 children at home, so e-learning is happening. Yeah, 4. So yes. So yeah, 24 all the way down to 14. So yeah, I'm just I'm e-learning. We have teenagers, we have college folks, we have it all. So and those who are in early childhood folks probably should know that teenagers are very much like 2-year-olds. So I feel like I have all age levels that are here in our home. So yes.
You sure do. Wow, 4, my goodness. I think, thank you for sharing that, because I think there are a lot of parents and educators alike that who are home right now, and they are navigating the e-learning thing, whether you're a parent who has never had to do homeschooling, or you are a teacher who has experience teaching. I think we're all facing the same challenges. I think there are meltdowns for all ages, and for teachers that have experience, and for parents that that don't. So yeah, I can only imagine. But Dr. Searcy, I would love to ask you, and if you could share, what are some tools that you can share with the folks in our audience, again, whether they're parents at home or educators in classrooms right now?
Oh, sure. Well, I think for whether you're an educator or you're a parent, the key thing is to make a realistic schedule. So I definitely can say that I've not felt guilty about adding in my time. Just kind of like, okay, I'm going to share on social media for 20 minutes, or I'm going to connect with family and friends. It's all about using technology for connect. So that's a good thing to think about technology in that way of like connecting with, make sure you make time for family and friends. If you're a teacher, see if there are ways that you can connect with your students. If you're a parent, make sure that you have time to check in with the news, but maybe not all day. So kind of making those parameters where you're not doing, of course we've, looked at for example, the color-coded schedule online. And I have to say, as an educator and a parent, I have not adhered to that as much. We definitely have had our movie nights, and we're staying up a little bit later. We're waking up a little bit later. However, we're still also saying, okay, we're going to do these many math problems. We're going to make sure that we have math problems at a lunch break, those kinds of things. We're connecting with family and friends. So I think the key is not being hard on yourself, whether you're an educator who's sharing ideas or you're a parent who's trying to implement them, but to have something that's realistic, that you don't feel guilty about, that you're going to do, the child's going to draw for 20 minutes. Or also, if you're using technology, really I said tech and connect, and there are going to be moments that children will have passive technology time, but to make sure that there are beginning and ending points to those times, that's not an all day experience that you're only doing passive. And I want to highlight passive because we're in this time of using technology, and technology can definitely be very interactive and very making ways for us to connect during this time. So I'm just going to emphasize interaction, that you can co-view something with your kids. We did, right? Or you can, there's lots of story times and things like that, and those are great. But also, it's great to just talk to grandma about her life as a child for 20 minutes and how.
And I love that. I think what's so important, and some of the things that you're sharing are some of the things I spoke with Erin Burr, one of our other Griffin House authors, earlier, where, the one thing is just don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself a break, or give your child a break, or give, the children in your classroom a break, because, it's a scary and uncertain time for everyone, and they feel that, and recognizing like, you know what, this math worksheet or this 20 minutes of art, this can take a break, because I think you need to just go for a walk outside, or maybe you just need to watch a little bit of TV just to have a minute. And I love that. And I think the other thing that you shared that I think is so important is interaction. So, thinking about how beautiful of an opportunity is it, albeit how challenging and scary, but how beautiful is it to be able to learn alongside your child. Your child is usually away from you, if you're a parent, away from you at school, and this is a chance to connect with them and to learn with them. And I'm sure that's challenging, but at the same time, it's kind of an opportunity.
Yeah, it is. And definitely I want to emphasize using everyday opportunities. So make the most of the mundane moments.
Yeah.
And actually, you could be, sorting laundry, and there's so much academic content in just sorting laundry of hot and cold and in and out and shapes and colors. And I mean, just even cooking with your child, it's so rich in, reading recipes and talking about when you created this recipe and telling stories and
measuring.
yeah, you got it. Measuring and colors and just even for older children, just learning how to cook something and temperature, and learning when something kind of doesn't work out very well and what to do then. These are really those moments that you can make the most out of. So I think that is reassuring to me as a parent, and as an educator, that I don't need something special or something different. We will, of course, have kits, and we will have books, and we will have all those things. But if I just want to cook something for dinner, that could be a rich academic activity as well.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, so I guess the key words I would say was, one was build a realistic schedule, and then teachers help families to do that. Don't give them every packet of everything all at once. Don't blindly share information and just throw it out there. Also talk somewhat about, not just, you mentioned social emotional, like how folks are feeling, but also how they may feel about the activity. I mean, it is really hard for kids of all ages not to be with their friends. And maybe it's not as interactive. So maybe talking about, like, I know this is really hard. What could we do to make it better? And it will be more of, it's not the length of time, I think, but the quality of that time. So really, like, okay, we're not going to do this for 5 hours. We're going to, do it in small increments. And, when we do learning, and I'll do it with you, or I'll maybe be, if I can, read something myself, and then you read something, kind of like that back and forth exchange. So really, the more back and forth exchange, the more learning there is to be gained. So just really think about that piece of interaction, whether it be with a sibling or with the parent, that's really key during this time.
Yeah. I love that. That's so special. Did you have some resources that you'd like to share?
Yes, yes. So I'm actually going to share my screen, and I think I can do this. I know we're all like learning this technology. Me too. I'm there as well. I'm with everyone. So,
Right, right.
so one of the things I wanted to share was Zoom. So I hope that you all can see that Zoom here has tutorials, and I'm using the tutorials. Everyone is. There's no shame. There's many platforms such as Zoom, free conference call. I love free conference call because, well, hence free is in the title. Um, so there's plenty of things, but Zoom is also free as well. So you can find those resources to make those small connections. Whether if you're an educator, you could do circle time. And it is so meaningful to have circle time where the children see your face, you see the children. There are also free ways for low-income families to have internet connections called I should have pulled it up, but Internet Essentials. I'm sure we can share that along with the link where low-income families can actually show, if they're in Head Start, they can show which teacher, which school they're in, if they have, TANF or whatever it is, and they can actually get free internet. So I'll make sure that I share that information as well. Hopefully we can make sure everyone's connected. On that same site, there's also ways that low-income families can get actually technology tools. So they can actually get a computer for a discounted amount. So that is
wow.
also, that's very exciting. Now everyone's sharing lots of things, but I would say quality is key. So Reading Rockets is one of my favorites. I've always used this resource, and I actually going to show you all where you see right here. If you go to this drop down, it actually has resources for, let's see, here we go, for parents, for teachers, for librarians, other professionals.
Oh, wow.
So you'll see video, you'll see blogs, you'll see tons of information, and they'll connect you to other sites. And then this one is focused on literacy, and then there's reading topics, tons of information right there for families as well as for professionals. I'm going to keep going.
That's fantastic.
I'm going to keep sharing.
That's great.
You like it? Okay.
I love it.
Another one that's called Ready Rosie. And Ready Rosie is so fun because as a parent, I'm an educator, but at the same time when I'm a parent, I'm kind of fumbling over myself and my kid's like, whatever, boomer, and all the normal things that parents are experiencing. I'm good with other people's kids, I think, as opposed to my own.
Aren't we all?
So one of the this Ready Rosie has something called modeled moment videos, and if you click here, oh my gosh, I love these videos where it literally is like a parent in their home. Like I need lots of guidance. Where it literally shows families in English and Spanish. It has games. It has elementary. It has infants. It has toddlers. So you can kind of click on these videos in English or Spanish and see everyday experiences, such as right here, this one is the family's cooking. And the mom makes this cute game. She's so creative. I was like, oh, I wish I was that creative. So she's like, and now we're going to do this, and now we're going to do this, and we're going to, I was just like, wow, great. The ideas are right there in your kitchen. They're right there in your house. So it's so fun. Hashtag no special materials needed.
Yeah, that is key right now.
Right. And this is actually where, of course, you could share this with families. So if they're feeling a little nervous, like, how do I get a 2-year-old to read a story? Well, guess what? 2-year-olds don't have to sit to read a story. It's very interactive. And so these kind of show and model some very interactive ways where if you're trying to like, oh, brother, how am I going to get this to do these assignments? Then, you could take a deep breath right now and share these great examples, whether you're a teacher or you're a parent as well. And I have just a few more, so I'm going to keep it going. Is that good? All right.
I love it.
All right, awesome. Well, CELL pops. So CELL stands for Center for Early Literacy and Learning. These are awesome. If you guys can look here, you'll see that they have tons of information and tools. But what I really like are these CELL pops and posters for parents. They have them according to age. So infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. And what I really like is no pressure, is that this says daily routines. It talks about music and movement. It gives me
Nice.
ideas for going outside. Bath time. Oh man. So bath time is a great time. You can put on a swimsuit and stay in the bath as long as you want.
That sounds like fun.
It is such a fun way to teach children who are like, I don't want to do a worksheet. Well, you can actually ask them questions that are on a worksheet by playing in the bathtub or talking about numbers or counting something. So really those who are kind of teachers are sharing what they can. We love them. Thank you, teachers. But it has to be really hands-on. So feel free to take the information that teachers send and kind of build on it and say, let's take out some pennies, or let's take out some ducks, or let's pull out some spoons, and make it very hands-on. And these activities do that for you and gives you great ideas. Okay. So I'm gonna I got a few more to share. So I hope people are,
love it.
I hope people are kind of taking notes and saying, hey, this is good. This one, oh my goodness, 0 to 3, shares tons of resources. You know, my husband, who's in financing, is like, oh, I just saw that 0 to 3 post. So I'm even bringing him on board with
nice.
the great resources they have. Again, these are in English and Spanish. They have videos, like things about, let's talk about STEM. It covers a variety of ages, infant, toddlers, school agers. Again, the emphasis is on everyday experiences. So I love that piece where it just kind of feels good. It gives you a little information here about the experience. And if you don't have internet and teachers want to email something or print it out for families and send it over, they can actually print out these experiences. So there's video, but they're also like these handy dandy little worksheet kind of activity sheets, I guess I should call them, kind of explaining things that families can do with their children. And teachers can actually kind of make this like a, you know, a morning routine of like, let's connect, let's share. So you want to connect with children, but you also want to connect with families to see what kind of questions they have, you know, and these kind of, you kind of answer some of those questions like, wow, I didn't know I could do STEM in this, in this way.
Right, in this way, yeah.
Yeah. And one of the cutest ones shows like a toddler and they're literally turning the light on and off. And if you're a parent who's like, are you turning that light on and off again? You can actually realize, oh, that's a STEM activity. And then actually engage.
Or turning the TV on and off.
I know. Like the things that annoy us, actually, as a teacher, we love those wonderful moments. So there's STEM, there's math. So you guys look at this. Look at everyday shapes, everyday subtraction, everyday with patterns. Let's talk about it. There's videos. So just have fun. Just have lots and lots of interactive fun. I also made a playlist. So I actually have a YouTube channel. My name's Angela Searcy, as a reminder. So just type in my name. It's the Simple Solutions channel, and I have several playlists. So this is my playlist for just resources for parents during this time. And then let me actually click here. Maybe it may be helpful just to see if you want to connect here. Let's see if I can click this. Oh, here we go. I think I got it happening. As that you guys all can see here that I have many playlists, and then it's tons of activities for teachers, for families. I have literally kids on the couch. I have dual language learners. I have little motivational videos like, it'll be okay, parents. I have just examples of activities.
This is great, and we'll be sure to share this as well.
Oh, perfect. perfect. I hope that
Yeah.
we're able to just really get those resources out there. And here are just a couple more that I want to share. Well, it just wouldn't be complete without sharing Kaplan. So I actually was looking at Kaplan. They have a blog, and the blog actually, we talked about families. We've talked a lot about teachers and activities, but also some of my programs that I work with, the teachers are doing professional development now. So this actually, oh, look at this, you guys. I don't know if it's time off really, but this is actually a post
Yeah,
from
right.
December. It was a post from December when we did have time off. But some of those cool posts from December, I'm actually going back to, where it actually talks about, look at these free webinars, where actually some of the teachers that I work with are getting paid for having some professional learning activities at this time. And so I just love that. And it's a resource I'll be sharing. And then it just gives some more activities here. Some of the ones that I thought were meaningful on the Kaplan blog were like snow day activities. I was like, yes, this is what I need. This is like the longest snow day. So those kind of
Right.
activities are perfect. And those are good searches. So even if you want to pull out just some searches, I can't guarantee the quality, but I can say that I've been actually using that as some searches of like snow day activities are really helpful right now. Um,
Right.
and let me look here. And then look at here, if this is Griffin House. And speaking of snow day, da, 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 I actually went here and I actually saw snow day crafts for kids. I was like, oh, I can't wait to share this with everybody tomorrow. So it has, all I did go right here to Griffin House. And then I went here to, this is a collection of resources for parents. And it's right here where you see here, educators, parents, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can actually click here and you can see, you know, hey, if you got that reading time, you can get some great books. You can do some of that online book study. And then
Exactly.
right. I'm hoping that, yeah, I got a couple of emails like, we're doing a book study. Are you going to join us? So very exciting as an author. But it's not just books, it's also great activities that you can use. And that's really exciting. And lastly, just remember your tools. You know, definitely you have other social media tools where other educators are sharing. So if you have a closed Facebook group, or LinkedIn is a great place to find information, or Twitter, I'm definitely sharing a lot. I'm trying to share literally daily. And then for the sites that I work with, I actually send a weekly email with tons of activities just each week. So I hope that,
Perfect.
yeah, I hope that you're getting lots of great ideas and lots of great activities. And definitely, if anybody wants to join in with me personally, I actually I'm on social media. So actually I can.
You sure are, Dr. Searcy.
So feel free to kind of, my actual name, I should have pulled this up, is I have Simple Solutions Educational Services, and it's kind of popping up right now, I think. And my personal Facebook, I think I'm like have so many friends that Facebook's like, just, you need to stop. So I actually have Simple Solutions Educational Services, where definitely you can get those great ideas, and we can, now that maybe we've met, if people don't know about me, that we can be friends. And I'm cherishing this, a little bit of this time for just making new friends as well. So feel free to connect with me as well.
Absolutely. Interaction, like you said earlier, and
Yeah.
community.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Searcy, thank you so much for taking time to share these solutions and all of these, incredible resources, ranging from how to set up online learning, with Zoom, or, to what are some literacy activities and STEM videos and other resources for parents and teachers from, Kaplan and Griffin House. I think, we really appreciate you spending time and sharing with families and with educators that, during the time that we're looking for resources, we're looking for help. So thank you again. We, to our audience, thank you so much for joining us today. We will be sure to share the links that Dr. Searcy mentioned. So do go ahead and search through and poke through and take a look at these different resources. Ultimately, don't feel overwhelmed by them. Just feel supported. And if one is working and one is not, then that's great too. Use what works best for you. So thank you, Dr. Searcy. Thank you all for joining us today. And like I said, we'll post links. And if you could, to those of you who are joining us today, if you could post any questions you have, and Dr. Searcy can respond with solutions, or if you can post some activities that you've been doing with your classroom or with your children at home, or if you have pictures or videos or any content to show what it's been like in your community during this time, we'd love to see that. So thank you again, Dr. Searcy, and thank you all for joining us today. And
Thank
stay
you for
safe.
having me. Thank you.